I'm here in Seward, Alaska, and the Sockeye are in, so I'm going to be doing some snagging today. Snagging is legal here in salt water, and it's the way a lot of Alaskans fill their freezers, so that's what I'm hoping to do today. This is only my second year snagging, but I am someone who just likes to perfect their strategies, so I learned a lot last year. I changed my gear up a little bit, and I've already tried it this year and I've been having success, so I'm just going to share what gear I use and my experience fishing today. Starting with the rod, last year I only had a 6'6" ugly stick, and it worked, but it could have been a lot easier. So this year instead I almost went with an ugly stick again, but a 9-foot version. And then I found this Okuma SST 9-foot heavy rod. The only reason I went with this over the ugly stick is because the tip here is a lot more rigid, and I thought it was going to be a lot better for pulling the hook through the water. For the reel, I just have a Shimano Sedona 4000 series reel. It's probably undersized. I think a 5000 series might be better, but it's been working, so I'm not going to change it. This was a budget rod for me. I'm just using it for snagging. I really don't care for a high quality rod. This was about $100 for the rod only, so far it's been a good investment and it works well. If you've never seen a snagging hook, it's just a treble hook with a weight in the middle. These are the two that I have on me. This one here is the most common style you're going to find in Alaska at hardware stores. This one I just picked up because I couldn't find any more of these. There are a few sizes that people tend to use. They usually use a 6/0, an 8/0, and a 10/0. The 8/0 is the most common, and I'd say the most effective of the three in this style. There is a 10/0 that I really like. I don't have it on me right now. It's basically a 10/0 hook with a weight this size. Usually when you go up in hook sizes, the weight gets heavier. So I don't really like fishing a 10/0 in this style, just because it drags bottom a lot more, and it's a little bit harder to pull through the water than the 8. So definitely go with this one if you find it locally, but I do like the one that I found on Amazon. Here I have a net with a nice big opening and a short handle. What I'll do is I wear a backpack, so I will stash this in my backpack, and I can grab it with my left hand, and I can hold the rod in my right hand if I have a fish on. This is my club I use, bought on Amazon, and this is great because I just keep it right on me. What I do is it's attached to this magnet here, so I'll attach this right to my chest pack, and I'll stash this right behind the chest pack, and that will stay there until I catch something. And what I really like about my setup is I have everything on my person and it's within reach. One thing you'll notice when you're out on the water is if you hook a fish, and some people will drag it to shore, it works, and they'll club it on shore, but as soon as you do that, your spot will be filled in with people, because that's where everyone thinks the fish are and they want a piece of the action. It could just be poor etiquette or just people not know, but that's what tends to happen. So I like to have everything on my person and within reach. So as soon as I hook onto a fish, I reel it in as close as I can, and then I'll grab my net out of my bag and I'll scoop up the fish, and then with my right hand, this is on a magnet so it comes off easy, club the fish, put it back, and there you pretty much have it. Right after I dispatch the fish, I will bleed it. So right in my chest pack I have just a pair of really sharp scissors, and I just clip the gills, and I will put my stringer through the gill plate and out the mouth. And I just keep my stringer here. It's pretty basic. It's something I made, but they sell stringers at the hardware and fishing stores locally. I just have a paracord with 2 carabiners, one smaller than the other. So what I'll do is I'll feed this one through the gill plate and out the mouth, and I'll just clip it right back on here and put it on my belt. And the only other items I have in this chest pack, I have a set of pliers. This cheap Amazon pair has a line cutter here as well, but I also just keep extra hooks in here. I would usually go out with at least 3, bring 4 or 5, because your line does tend to get weak, and if you're not retying the treble hooks often, you're gonna lose them. So always have extras. There are campgrounds nearby that sell them, so you can always buy equipment there if you need to, but I just like going in with everything I need. For waders, I have a pair of Simms waders. I'm not really sure what the model is. I'll put that in the description. For boots, I just have an old pair of Salmon hiking boots. They are a little snug in the waders just because they're not really meant for that extra amount of material on my foot. So they're a little snug, but they work, they drain well. A couple tips that I would say is wear eye protection. People are sending hooks all over the place. You don't want to get hooked by someone else's or your own. So bring eye protection, and as well as fishing the surf. So what I usually like to do is during high tide, I'll fish the channels, and then as the tide goes out, I usually get into the surf when the channels really aren't there anymore. And when you're in the surf, definitely be careful, because the sand beneath you will turn to quicksand when the tide's going out. So your feet will be sinking and you won't even know it. And before you know it, you could be stuck. So I say that because there have been deaths these past few years that I'm aware of. Just people would drown because rescue couldn't get to them in time. So look out for yourself, be careful of that sand, always check your footing. If you're starting to sink a little bit, I just get out of that spot and I find something a little bit more solid. So check your footing, look out for yourself, look out for other people, and I'd say have fun. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go have fun. I'm hoping to limit today. The limit is 6. We'll see how I do. I've heard the fishing's been hot, so I am gonna work hard and we'll see if I can hit a limit. So let's go. When you're snagging, you're not waiting for a bite. You're sweeping the hook through the water, feeling for resistance. And within the first 30 minutes, I felt that hit. After the excitement of that first fish, there's no slowing down. Quick reset, new cast, and back in the water. Not even 10 minutes later, number 2 hits. At this point I noticed I was the only one hooking up. When you get into a rhythm and keep your line in the water, you cut down the gap between casts, and that's what gives you more chances. It's less about luck and more about staying in it. Damn it, I can't get the net.
Let's go! High tide's coming in?
Yeah, it's a good sign.
Good shit, man. Good shit.
I saw you guys were waiting until the tide kind of...
Waiting. Good shit, man.
Yeah, 2 for me. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
After After landing number 2, the action started to slow down. I decided to move downstream to where the river meets the ocean. Is that you? Okay, thank you. There were a few catches near the mouth of the river, but none were mine. After that slowed down, I walked out to the surf. I didn't have the camera on, but right now, one just swam right by me. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna sight fish. There, oh, there goes another one. I'm in a good spot. Just don't know if I can catch them with them being so fast. Yep, all around me right now. Quick enough. Oh, there's one. Yeah, they're fast. Oh, there's one right there. They are all around me right now. I'm just gonna start casting now. No. At one point, my line broke and I lost the hook on a fish. When you're hunting or fishing for food, the goal is a quick, humane finish. Leaving an animal injured without closure is never a feeling that sits well. After putting on a new hook, I was back at it, chasing fish number 3. Holy cow, this one's a tough one. There we go. Woo. 4 minutes left on the SD card. See if we can do it. Pull off a miracle here. Unfortunately, my GoPro ran out of memory card, but I just caught another one. Absolute monster. It was a battle too. It's that one out front. Just a big male. That felt good. That was a fight though. So I just cleared some space on my GoPro, and we'll keep trying to see if we can limit. We're at 4. Just saw a big one swim right by me. Oh, there's another one. Absolute monsters hanging around over here. I think we have another shot at one here. They're just swimming right by me. Like, oh, hello, sir. I'd like to be part of that stringer you got going. I'm gonna back up a little bit because they are right around here. We're on. Barely on. There we go. Hell yeah. I think we're gonna limit tonight. Look at this display. Look at this. That is a beautiful sight right there. get untangled here and bleed the fish next. It's this one. Yep. It's beautiful. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. One more is limit. Oh shit. This tangled mess created a weak spot in my line and eventually led to me losing my last hook. Luckily, I ran into local angler and YouTuber Be Outdoors Alaska, who generously let me use one of his treble hooks. All right, it's 8 o'clock now, and losing steam. I had one on. I had my last one on, and it came off. I think it's just because the hook's too small. Like I said, losing steam. Probably gonna try a little bit longer. See if we can get that last fish. I just met Be Outdoors Alaska and his family, and super nice family. Brian let me use one of his treble hooks because I lost mine, and I'm so glad because I was on fish number 5 and put in some work and caught number 6 on that treble hook. So I'm happy. I feel good. Dragging a bunch of fish over here. All right, well, we hit the limit. It took a while to get that last fish, and I was lucky that Brian from Be Outdoors Alaska let me borrow a treble hook after I lost all mine, and with that hook I caught number 6. So I am very happy. It is almost 9:30 right now. I got in the water probably around 2, and yeah, I'm wiped today. I'm happy I limited, so I'm gonna go process these fish real quick and check on the dog because I'm sure he's pretty angry at me right now. Let him run around and call it a night. First time limiting snagging. I'm happy, and I put in the work, so time to eat.